Bai Xiaoxue was picked up by me. She was 13 when I was 16. We are all orphans. But what happened to her was a little different than mine. It could even be said that her experience was much more tragic. My parents were at home warming up old-fashioned charcoal briquettes in the winter. As a result, the carbon monoxide poisoning is gone. I escaped because of my stay at the school. After my parents left, they left me a house of more than 60 square meters. Their unit pitted my young age. An additional 20,000 pensions were paid. The street office also covered the cost of my 9-year compulsory education. Life is hard, but it's okay. Bai Xiaoxue's parents were originally. We have a person with a face. There is no small factory in the house. Too bad luck came home. Business fails overnight with astronomical debt. Debt collectors are at her doorstep every day, and threatening to spill paint near the factory. In the end, the two babies couldn't bear it. Pressure climbs up the top floor and jumps. Her family's villa van is up for auction. Factory equipment has also been moved by a private lending company. She's the only one left homeless. The day I met her, it snowed like today. She only wears thin autumn clothes. Slippers with open toes on the feet. Trembling in front of a small supermarket that has long since closed. Probably attracted by the bright lights. On the way home from school after a self-study night in high school, I saw her crying helplessly in her arms. Snowflakes covered her hair and face. That's it. I took her home and cooked a bowl of bubble noodles. I've had a sister since then. It's not that I'm willing. At that time, I was barely able to support myself. How much extra energy do you have to take care of your little asshole? But I sent her back to Auntie several times. She came back in less than half an hour. She just looked at me so pathetically. Tears in my eyes. How can I bear to refuse? Since then, my life has had a lot of trouble to get rid of. However, in retrospect, those years have. Bai Xiaoxue's days are quite happy. In the years after my parents died, like a child forgotten in a corner. Grandparents are long gone. My grandparents didn't intend to continue associating with me. I've been to my grandfather's house a few times. My aunt smashed the bowl in front of my face. Grandma sighed as she sighed. Even though I was only 12 at the time. I also understand the cold and warm feelings of people. Never again. Until Bai Xiaoxue appeared. I just got my family back. I was a junior in high school, she was a junior. I made her breakfast every morning and woke her up. And bike her to school. She didn't study late at night. After school, I'll buy food and go home to cook. Leave me a late night snack. In order to save money, we often went to the vegetable market to pick up vegetable leaves. Uncle Lee, who sells meat, will also sell us the leftover meat at a bargain price. So I repeated it for 3 years. When she got into my high school, I went to college. I took the exam to help her with her homework. A great local university. Being able to go home every week. Of course, there is also a reason why it is difficult for me to speak up and be more secretive. I like Bai Xiaoxue. Love the girl who called me brother every day. I'm ashamed of my nasty thoughts. But how can emotional things be controlled? But I don't want to break up our current relationship. Fall in love with a flower and wait for her to bloom. This flower doesn't have to be mine. Being a bystander who appreciates the blossoms is also a blessing. That's what I thought at the time. But Bai Xiaoxue doesn't know when. Began to change my attitude towards me. Start with a salutation. She no longer calls me brother, but directly Jiang Chen. I criticized her for being rude. She pursed her little mouth and stared at me. Later, she changed her name to Brother Jiang Chen. I corrected a few times and she didn't change. And let her go. As long as she's happy, it doesn't matter what she calls it. The first snow of the winter vacation that year. I walked on the road with her after buying a New Year's item from the supermarket. The warm yellow lights of the street sprinkled on her pale face. Fall in love with the dancing snowflakes. She's like a fairy who has fallen into mortal dust. Maybe the picture is too beautiful, which makes me feel unreal. I couldn't help but say that. She took a step. She looked at me in shock and questioned me. What did you just say? Her flushed little face woke me up in an instant. I quickened my pace and fled. Jiang Chen. You stop right there. What did you just say? I want you to say it again. Bai Xiaoxue trotted all the way behind and chased me. What did I say? What I'm saying is, Bai Xiaoxue, I love you. Recall that my mind is a little messed up here. Although he broke up with Bai Xiaoxue. But the feelings of these years are not cut off. Suddenly my heart surged endlessly. Always feel like the most important thing in life is missing. Fortunately, the rain ice is here. Interrupting those annoying memories. I just got up to say hi. She gave me a sturdy slap. This slap makes my head feel dazed. Ears are buzzing. Rain ice eyes containing hot tears gritting teeth. Jiang Chen. You are alive. Actually broke up when Dawn needed you the most. It's not human at all. I took a deep breath and stabilized my mind. Seeing everyone around looking this way. I don't want it to be too embarrassing. I pointed to the other side and motioned for her to sit down first. Rain Ice sat down reluctantly. embrace arms. A pair of eyes can't wait to swallow me alive. I handed her the lease contract and the key to the house. That's what I rented for by Xiaoxue. She glanced. Sneer. What? Now you're going to kick her out of the house, right? She doesn't even have a place to stay. I should have seen right through your nature. Before I lost, I thought you were very good to Xiaoxue. Dogman. I have a bit of a conscience. Lack of courage to rebut. I can only speak on my own. Rain and ice. This is the 3-year house I rented to Xiaoxue. I moved all her stuff. She looked up and down at me. No response. I'll go on. I'm getting out of here. Start a business abroad with friends. She's in the hospital now. A cornea transplant may be needed in the future. Can you take more time to take care of her? The rain and ice are staring at me. Let me sit like a needle felt. I didn't even dare to look her in the eye. She said, Xiaoxue and I are friends. No need to worry. I'm not a dogman like you. She thought about running away when something happened to her. I feel sick for her. That. I'd also like to ask her to do something after the surgery. Rain Ice picks up the rental contract and stands up. Pick up the plain water in the glass in front of me. Pour it down over my head. Finish pouring a glass of water. She slammed the cup on the table. Yelled at me. Jiangchen. Don't be here. Give me a touching performance from me. I'm not Xiaoxue. Get the fuck out of here if you want to go. Don't show up in front of her for the rest of your life. Otherwise, I'll just slap you once when I see you. If it weren't for teaching you for Xiaoxue, I wouldn't have come here at all. I'm sick of seeing you. You're a shrinking turtle now. Then shrink into your turtle shell forever. I'll take care of her. No need to worry. After that, she left angrily. I watched her back for a long time without regaining my spirit. People around me looked at me with scrutiny. It's like looking at my filthy soul. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here soon. It doesn't matter what they think of me. I'll have a fresh start later.